Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. finally revealed what the Clairvoyant is, gave us a good look at an upgraded version of Deathlok that looks a lot more like this, and gave us a nice tie-in with Winter Soldier. It was kind of easy to miss though, so I will explain what the crossover was when I do my top moments. Also more on that, because Winter Soldier is premiering in the United States, or in North America, that is, this week, I'll be doing a video for that later this week, just a review in lieu of a bonus Marvel movie video. Normally on Tuesdays it's Marvel Tuesday and I do bonus videos, but because of the Walking Dead finale I kind of had to push a lot of stuff. So let's get started with top 5 moments. Careful for potential spoilers if you haven't seen the episode yet. But here we go. Number 5, Winter Soldier crossover. If you blinked, you may have missed it. It was the scene with Agent Stillwell where he said, "Looks like I have a boat to catch." It refers to the scene at the beginning of Winter Soldier where Chris Evans has to rescue a bunch of hostages and capture Batroc the Leaper, who's actually another notable comic book character. I love that they do these movie integrations. Sometimes they're really hard to spot though. I think they're a lot more effective whenever the crossover moment is something critical to the plot of both whatever's going on in the story of the show and the plot of the movie. And I didn't really feel that was the case in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. this week. It felt like the only reason Stillwell was in that scene was to be Bill Paxton's punching bag and to drop that Winter Soldier line and then just go off screen. But I do give them high fives for effort. I love that they do these things. Moving on to number 4, Skye becomes a full-on S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. One of the few positive moments in the episode. I love the bond that Coulson has formed with her. He really is like a surrogate dad now. If it was unclear, yes, they only made her an agent so she could access the index, you know, that secret list of superhero candidates, but she's good going forward. They're not going to take that away after they're all done. That talk she had with Garrett afterwards was also really awesome, about things coming full circle. It's like Bill Paxton had foreshadowing tattooed across his forehead. He's so much fun to watch though. All of his compliments about her, you know, inspiring Ward while he was inspiring her, were totally genuine. Despite his comic book character being kind of questionable, you know, he's really shady, I do think he was very genuine. He really is happy that she became an agent. Bringing out the big guns, number 3, Deathlok armors up. I think the best things about Mike Peterson's Deathlok scenes are the interactions he has with the tech, like watching him react to the parts bond with his skeleton and his nervous system, seeing what it does to his mind. I don't really care about all the explosions or watching him run up and down stairs or jump super high. The armature was a really nice nod to the comic books and a really cool add-on, but it was Skye's look at him, you know, beneath the skin that really stood out to me. He really is full-on cyborg at this point. You know, they grafted all those parts onto his skeleton, so they're not coming off. I totally expect them to redeem him at some point, and, you know, he'll just be this tortured hero for the rest of the series, you know, however long it goes on. Hopefully, we'll get a season 2. Like if you ever watched Angel with David Boreanaz, only now in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's Gunn who will end up being tortured by the memory of all the people he's killed. What I'm saying is that J. August Richards is kind of playing the Angel role on S.H.I.E.L.D. I wonder if Joss Whedon is going to slip any lines in going forward. Everyone keep their eyes peeled for Angel references whenever there's Deathlok scenes. And number 2, May is totally outed as the double agent. We, as the audience, totally knew what was going on after Tahiti, but it took this long for Coulson to find out. I like that the explanation was just way more complicated. She's not just spying for Hydra or something. There's this big running plot going on between Winter Soldier and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. about S.H.I.E.L.D. being eaten alive from the inside. That cancer, the cancer of S.H.I.E.L.D., is basically the Clairvoyant and the organization that they work for. Some of that is revealed in the Winter Soldier, so make sure you go see it if you haven't already. They actually reveal the identity of the person who's behind the Clairvoyant and that organization, which I feel kind of cheats people that have been watching the show. You can let me know if you agree though, but I feel like if you've been watching the show and they've been teasing this character, they should reveal it on the show. You shouldn't have to go see the movie to find out. The whole rest of the season though is about this internal uprising in S.H.I.E.L.D. The next episode is even called Turn, 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 as in agents turning on each other, just like Garrett was talking about with Skye. May is just a small part of that. And based on that Victoria Han reveal at the end, I think that May was talking to her all along. I just think Han doesn't trust anyone and is using her to monitor Coulson. You know, she doesn't trust Coulson and Coulson doesn't trust her. Turn, turn, turn. And my number 1 moment, the Clairvoyant is revealed as an actual S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, not as an actual metahuman. So this was a bit of a confusing moment, but the man in the chair was played by Brad Dourif, the actor playing Thomas Nash. He's not a comic book character. And when he said that Poe was the one that started calling him the Clairvoyant, he was being truthful. The twist is that he's not the true Clairvoyant. It's someone or something inside S.H.I.E.L.D. If you didn't see it, I actually did a silly video, suggesting Loki was the clairvoyant, just for fun. But my real assertion has been that it was really a form of AI, just because it makes a lot more sense that Marvel would try to tee up the idea of AI to get everyone ready mentally for Ultron in Age of Ultron next year. I totally don't want to spoil Winter Soldier, but if you've seen it, then you know what I'm talking about. Coulson says it himself, it's someone who has access to all of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s databases and information. That's why Nick Fury gave Coulson the bus and told him to assemble this team to go off the grid. It was a way to circumvent what that clairvoyant was doing. Now it's your turn though, let me know, what was your favorite moment? Was it Deathlok? Was it Sneaky May? Was it the reveal of the clairvoyant? And just to be clear, even though that teaser at the end was Victoria Hand, she's not the clairvoyant, she was just remote piloting the bus. Overall, I give the episode a solid B+ for picking up the pace big time. I think this S.H.I.E.L.D. Civil War that will play out over the rest of the season will address all of the complaints people have had about the show. I love how Skye's character is developed, and supposedly Chloe Bennett even revealed that blue alien was a Kree, meaning she has Kree blood flowing in her veins, a la Carol Danvers' Miss Marvel. She retracted her statement later, but most of the people who watched her say that she was being legit, so let's just stick with that and say Kree for now. I also always totally love Ming Na, but May actually just got even more interesting, post Cougar Town sexy time with Ward. Coulson too, I love watching him be pissed off. If you remember that Marvel one-shot he did for Thor in the convenience store, I totally want to see a Coulson fight scene like that on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. If you never did see it, it was called A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to Thor's Hammer. But let me know what you think. What are your final thoughts on the episode? And do you think that S.H.I.E.L.D. has gotten a lot better with all this intrigue and action going on right now? So just a reminder, like I said, Winter Soldier review coming later this week. I'll probably post that like late Thursday night. So look for that. Be sure to subscribe to get it if you're finding me for the first time. Right now, you can also click here to get my last S.H.I.E.L.D. video and click here to watch the Winter Soldier trailer again. Everybody get excited. It's actually going to be a lot of fun. Winter Soldier is a totally awesome movie. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. High fives.